This is a review for the Hands-on History optional packet that goes with World History 2, which is Level C for BookShark. And I wanted to show you a little bit about what this looks like in here. We've also been using this now for the first project that is mentioned for the BookShark curriculum, and we're about to use it this week for the second project. Just if you know BookShark curriculum, you know how for the week when you're going to have a project, what it'll look like is it'll say here optional hands-on history World History 2 kit. And so this is for History C, which is World History Year 2 of 2. And this is in the second week is when we have our first project, which are the Viking runic carvings. And so it just kind of listed on here, and it shows that you'll choose to do that sometime during this week. And that's pretty much all that you're going to see in the actual BookShark curriculum. Everything else that you're going to need is in the actual history kit. And I do want to mention I was provided these history kits for my kids free by BookShark as part of one of their affiliates. But we do pay for our history whole curriculum. I absolutely love it, and this was just meant to be a nice extra supplement to see what my kids thought, and they absolutely love it. So we will definitely be getting these in the future, and all opinions are my own. So here is Hands-on History World History 2. This is what the instructor guide pretty much looks like on how to do it. So this is really great if you are not the most crafty mom, or even if you are. I would consider myself a crafty mom, and I still don't necessarily want to spend all my time trying to figure out these projects, trying to put together all the supplies, figuring out the instructions. It's just a lot of work, and I don't have time for that. And the older the girls get, the less time I seem to have for doing fun projects, because we're so focused on all the other stuff that we have to achieve in the day. So what they do is they give you all the instructions that you need and all the supplies. So Viking runic carvings, what it looks like when they introduce this to the kids is you'll go through and they'll give you a little bit of background about this. What are you learning? What are you doing? What might it mean? So these are, using their language that they have, their alphabet, and the carvings that they have found on stones and different things and bones and weapons and stuff over time. And so they're making their own little alphabet and putting them in their own little satchel pouch. It'll tell you what materials they provide, and we actually already opened ours, so I can't show you what the container looks like anymore, but here's an example of the Viking jewel box, which we'll be doing also this semester. And they show you a picture of what they're achieving. They give you all of the supplies, down to any string or ribbon or anything else that you might need. They're going to assume that you don't have anything, which is great, other than maybe scissors and paper and a pencil and something like that. Like in this example, it says materials you're going to provide: scissors, paper, pencil, and a permanent marker. That's not a lot to expect of us. Even on the RV where we are traveling, I know that I'm going to have the materials they're asking us to provide, because it isn't anything super fancy. And everything else I know is going to be in the box, which is so nice. For the instructions, I was actually trying to read the instructions to my kids, and they said, nope, Mom, we want to do it ourselves. So they went through and they read their own instructions. They read through what everything meant. And then it tells you if you need to use a template, it'll tell you you're going to cut that out and use it. And those templates are here in the back. So these are some other examples of what those templates look like. So they're cutting these things out and adding it to their project. The instruction pages are probably about 6-8 pages depending on the project. Goes through, it tells them exactly how to do it, giving you pictures all the way so you absolutely understand how to do it. And then they have their final product that they have created. And so here is my one daughter's satchel that she made. She even decorated the bottom with an E for her name. And then she wrote something on here, but because I don't read the language, I don't know what it says. I'm sure she still remembers what it says. And then they put their different letters on here, and my kids decided that they wanted, so she has letters on both sides. My other daughter put the Viking letter on one side, and then she put her own, what what it translates to in the English language. And so, oh, I guess Elsa did that for some of hers too. So they have their different letters that they have and their nice satchel patch. So this is just the first one. You would probably do these projects once every 4 or 5 weeks in the curriculum. They'll have you take a little break and do one of these optional projects, and it's just a really nice way to give them a hands-on item that ties to the history lesson of what they've been doing and learning about, and just makes it fun. So I highly recommend to get these. We will definitely get these every time we do history. It's a lot like the way that the science curriculum has the experiment box and you're going through and you're doing a science experiment. They've done that with the history for the hands-on kids that really just love making something and digging into it. So great option. I highly recommend.